So, Coco 2 is real. We've known about this announcement for a good year, maybe-ish. Easily the most baffling Pixar announcement, right? And I actually, after hearing all of this D23 news, which by the way is going on this weekend, we're doing all the coverage we can, I kind of thought that the announcement behind Coco 2 was now a confirmed fake out. Like, I went into this when I was making my notes, thinking that this was a joke in order to lead to something else, the fake out they get to. No, this is also a real thing. The first thing I saw when I woke up this morning about Coco 2, beyond already knowing what the title looks like, it looks like Coco with a 2 next to it, is concept art of Miguel with that barber haircut. Of course it is. Of course he looks like that. He's fallen down the classic boy trap. He went to the barbers and got shaved. No, you gotta go to a hair salon and make other bad decisions, like getting a curly mullet instead. But I genuinely thought, having looked through the 3 concept art images we have, hey look, that's some nice concept art. Pixar concept artists do incredible work, and that's never been in question. But for me, seeing this as the first thing out of context, I assumed these were actually shots from the first movie, just now Miguel has hair. Like, this is a running bit, you know? Sure, now I look at it again, he does look older and taller, and he's wearing different clothes. But especially that third one, with him in front of Ernesto De La Cruz, I thought it was like, hey, here's the sequel. It's the same movie again, but he has hair. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, it leads into this. No, that's not quite true. This is a genuine sequel being made. Ernesto De La Cruz returned. The bell didn't kill him. All right, cool. Kind of slightly diminishes the first movie. I mean, it was still a pretty underwhelming-ish death there anyway. And easily, if there was any Pixar movie that is absolute gold and doesn't need to be poked and touched, it's Coco 1. But we are here, and we have details about how the sequel actually goes. Now is the question of, we don't want it. How far does it need to move along for us to start accepting it? How do they pull us back in? Well, it's interesting. For one thing, they're doing the thing that The Incredibles doesn't want to do, and it does introduce a time skip. Hopefully that embellishes the characters. Yes, he's not a representative archetype. Miguel's just a dude. So now Coco 2 is set to take place several years after the original. Arguably, I guess by this case, we can keep going years and years and years, watch Miguel age, eventually die, and then we can still make content out of his living ghost. But you know what? At least on this front, that feels maybe faintly more good. It's directly trying to completely change the dynamics of all these characters by aging them up a little bit and showing us consequences of that first movie. The real case of the crossroads between life and death. Ghost Market could never. But the plot is indeed the idea that the villain of the first movie is back again. There's no other ghost villain or someone trying to break down the bridge between the two. It's not a human villain or anything like that. No, it's Ernesto De La Cruz again. Now, several years later, seeking revenge on Miguel. With a quote being, he's a little menace who ruined a career and destroyed a legend. Ernesto De La Cruz is out for revenge, proving that fate has twists. Yeah, okay. If there is any shining thing from this, it's both the biggest green flag and the biggest red flag of this sequel. It's that Coco is one of the best Pixar movies of all time. I don't think that's a hot take. Everyone puts it in their top 5. I'm putting it in 1. So in one sense, it is the world that has the most amount of opportunity to be good again. Lightning striking twice in a bottle, because there's a good world here with great emotional weight. But also, the first movie was so good, I kinda don't want more. I kinda want to leave it alone. There's integrity in that. The artistic integrity of a perfect thing. Because this just opens up to me all the many more questions. Why has it taken several years for De La Cruz to do something? Like if there is a crossing every year, and we literally see one of the crossings 1 year later, how is he not there yet? Was he stuck under the bell that long? Why would it take so many years to do this? Hey there, thank you for making it to the halfway mark of this video. Come subscribe if you haven't already for more animated movie news. By the end of this video, we will have finished the Pixar segment of the D23 presentation, but then we're going to go into Disney originals. So check out the channel to see what else we've covered so far, and now to the second half of Coco 2. Yes, it's real. Well, at the very least, we know that it's not just being hashed out with a skeleton crew of people making like a side project out of it. This does have all the same people returning. The cast are returning, the directors particularly are returning, and those guys are presumably the people that really made this a golden project the first time round. And clearly they are still planning to lean on some of the biggest emotional swells of this saga, with literally one of the 3 concept arts we see of Miguel hugging Grandma Coco once again. So obviously, she's not gone despite being dead, and almost as if that was a whole theming of the entire franchise. So sure, there's obviously room they could do with that. I don't know what the next swell would be though, since there's not going to be a reveal of identity. Unless there is. Like, unless we go and find Ernesto De La Cruz's real family and they reunite with... No, they would have always been able to... There is no real family. What am I talking about? Have I not seen the first movie? What's wrong with me? But you see what the issue here, right? I don't know if I can cry at Miguel and Grandma Coco again, because this will happen routinely now, and it's not a twist. Maybe they'll do a reprise and sing that song again. Maybe Grandma Coco has a duet with her father and that could do something. But then again, you're just repeating the same old songs and numbers again in a derivative way that's probably not going to hit as well as the first movie. That's what I think, speculatively anyway. Regardless, you know, I think it's going to take a lot to really convince me. Nonetheless, they'll have time, since this releases at the end of 2029. November 21st, so I'll write that down in my long-range calendar. I'm gonna extend my spreadsheets. But no, the thing that really caught me off with this is I genuinely thought this was all leading to a fake-out for the second half of this announcement. Since they went to show off a trailer for Coco 2 that looks like the same scene from Coco 1, spoiler alert, it's different. It's re-rendered entirely in Unreal Engine 5, which, by the way, is crazy graphics that they're going on with there. Even though that as well is a whole rabbit hole of AI-infused engines into gaming stuff these days, but don't worry about that, DLSS 5, blah, 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 blah. Because no, this is actually a video game trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. That's incredible. In my brain, it's crazy to imagine Kingdom Hearts being announced at D23. Like, I know they are obviously connected, but my brain couldn't process that. It's crazy. Incredible execution. I'm glad to hear that the crowd were roaring about it, because my inner side is, as much as I'm also a complete larper who hasn't played Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, or 3. Man, I gotta get around to that. Maybe if I make like a dedicated gaming channel, I'll do Kingdom Hearts 3 and 4. But the quote we do have behind this one, as a nice marketing quote from A.O. Davis, the president of Disney Kids and Family, goes as follows. Kingdom Hearts has captivated gamers everywhere with its unique blend of adventure and imagination. There's something really exciting about taking a world fans have spent years exploring through the games and bringing it to life in a completely new way. And with a creative team that is working closely with the legendary Tetsuya Nomura, our new series will be unmistakably Kingdom Hearts, while giving fans a whole new way to experience the world they love. Mwah. Naturally, this only covers the plot of the first movie again, with the Sora wrench in the middle of it all, and we see some recurring characters from previous games. You know, I know somewhat Kingdom Hearts. I could easily consume more of that. And with it only being the first movie, it gets to release a whole chunk earlier, 2 years before the sequel, coming out late 2027. And I'm on board with that. Is there an argument to be made that Kingdom Hearts doesn't need a 4th installment? Like, I don't want a Coco 4. But no, I think it's different. Video games can do it as long as they want. It's fine, it's good, and as well, there's clearly new content to run with constantly new movies. They could genuinely milk that for the rest of time. You know, when's the Ghost Market getting a Kingdom Hearts adaptation? Regardless, while I'm damn happy about Kingdom Hearts 4 using Coco, one of the other best Pixar movies of all time, clearly they know what they're doing. Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Coco, like, the Kingdom Hearts people know ball. Unfortunately, it's not the fake out to completely ignore the concept of a Coco 2, which is real, and is probably going to need to do a little bit more grappling for me to be fully on board. I guess we'll have to see. Could be worse. Could be the Disney animation pipeline, since we're covering Hexed next. On that note, though, I'm going to finally put a pin in it there. My name's been Daz. Thank you very much for reaching the end of this video. Do tell us your thoughts on all things Coco 2. You think it's got a chance being about Ernesto De La Cruz's revenge? I think it's not. I feel like it could be a 50-50. I'd love to hear all your thoughts and more, but for now, I shall see you all in a little bit. Cheerio!